I was sent this post a couple of times. I was tagged in this post a couple of times. So let's get into this one. This was posted in the relationship advice subreddit. He's 30, she's 25. He says, my wife's complete incompetence is ruining our relationship. How can I get through to her? So his wife appliance is malfunctioning. Help. All right. He did a couple of edits. I will come to the edits after I do the original post. He says, we've been together for 6 years, married for 5, and I love her dearly. I just want to preface with that. However, over the last year, I just feel like she's turned into a complete moron, for a lack of a better word. I don't even know where to begin to articulate, so I'm just going to make a list of the things that have started happening only in the last year or so. She is extremely, almost comical levels of clumsy. I'll be sitting in my office with 10 feet of space behind my chair for her to walk past, and she will slam into my chair, knock me into my desk, spilling my drinks, knocking over things, and then swear loudly because she hurt herself or stubbed her toe. She will swear and cry in pain, and she gets hurt pretty bad. She's broken 3 toes and cut open her feet multiple times. The thing is, she runs and skips around everywhere. It's like she doesn't know how to walk. When we're laying in bed and she wants to get up, she will vault herself over me. Often this ends up with me getting kicked or kneed in the stomach and balls, and her tripping and landing face first on the floor. This is a multiple time a day thing. She has no sense of awareness and will apologize profusely, but gets really hurt when I get angry about it. I keep telling her to slow down, but it's like she can't. At night, she'll grab a glass of water without looking, swing it up to her lips, and spill it all over both of us. We will change the bedding, and she will do it. She will immediately do it again because she's absorbed in her phone and doesn't see her surroundings. She has a ton of random crap all over her shelves, basically shoved in and perched precariously anywhere she can put it. The slightest movement of anything will knock over everything, and then she has to spend an hour being upset and moody while she is forced to tidy up. She will just bowl through people in public. It's embarrassing. On Thursday, she shoved 2 people aside without even realizing because she was absorbed in a story she was telling. She just walked through them. I usually end up taking the heat for it, and she doesn't understand why people are angry because she didn't realize she hit them. I gave her my old gaming laptop as an upgrade from the old one she was using. She used to put her laptop down on the carpet under the bed when she was done using it, and I told her not to do that with this one as it gets really hot. Surprise, surprise, within 2 weeks, it overheats twice, and then she steps on it and broke the keyboard. She cried for hours about it and said she was sorry. I asked her why she doesn't listen to me, and she said, I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. The reason I bring after all of that, the reason I bring up all of this is she burnt 2 pizzas last night, which was kind of the tipping point for me because to make this post. So the pizzas were the breaking point, not the broken toes, the cut feet, or smashing her face into the floor. It was the 2 pizzas. He says, I get these big frozen pizzas from Costco that I love, and they aren't cheap. She put one in the oven last night without telling me. The fire alarm went off, and the kitchen was full of smoke. She was out for a walk. I aired out the kitchen, cleaned out the oven, and threw out the pizza. She got home, apologized, cried, and we made up and cuddled, and I told her to be more careful. She went upstairs and came back down a while later and fell asleep while reading a book. Fire alarm goes off again. She jumps out of bed as I'm getting up and knocks me flat on my face as I was also in the process of standing up, sprints up the stairs, and there's black smoke billowing down the stairs. She says she was trying to make a pizza to make it up to me, but again, didn't tell me she was doing that. So $35 in pizzas ruined, and our whole house smells like 24 hours later. The pizzas were a bridge too far. Now he had to come to Reddit. Let's look at the edits that he did. Edit. Thanks everyone for your comments and support. The comments have narrowed it down to either multiple sclerosis, early onset dementia, a brain tumor, ADHD, viral infection, STD, UTI that's spread to her brain, serotonin syndrome, or all of the above. I'm going to take her to the hospital like I should have done about a year ago. Edit number 2. I don't hate my wife. I have been urging her to figure it out for nearly a year, and it's fallen on deaf ears. I'm here asking for help because I'm losing I was angry. I've been nothing but supportive and perhaps a bit exasperated with her. Please stop commenting this crap. Now, when you go back up here to edit number 1, and he lists out all of these things, it sounds to me like he's being snarky and an a-hole. Obviously, people are in the comment section giving him things that it could be. And he's like, it's probably all of these things. And then you get to edit number 2, and he says, I've been telling her to fix these things, but what if she does actually have some kind of mental incapacitation? Obviously, if she's not in her right brain, she's not going to have the wherewithal to go and fix these things because she might not have the mental capacity at this particular juncture. And mental issues can definitely impact how you move your body and how you remember things. So, yeah, let's get into a few of these comments. All right, let's get into some of these comments. Big Year says, how sudden was the onset of this kind of behavior? You say it started, got way the heck worse in the past year. And then the OP says, yeah, she's always been a little clumsy, but still functional, like bumping into a counter or stubbing her toe occasionally. It was over a course of about a month. She went from talking and acting normally to sprinting from one room to another for no reason at all. I'm stumped. The only thing I can think of is that she was trying different SSRIs a few months prior to treat depression, but I don't think antidepressants make you act like you're on bath salts. Um, this person, Alarming Benefit, says they absolutely can do so. The side effects are diverse. Hold up, what are SSIRs? Let's look that up real quick. So SSIRs are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. They're a class of drugs used to treat depression and other conditions. They work by preventing the body from reabsorbing serotonin, which can help regulate mood, appetite, digestion, and sleep. They are the most commonly prescribed type of antidepressant and often preferred over the antidepressants because they cause fewer side effects. Some side effects include blurred vision, dizziness, drowsiness, dry mouth, gastrointestinal upset, headache, and sexual dysfunction. So I'm not sure if it causes clumsiness, but you never really know how something could impact you. So he should get her checked out. Lecrae Rich says calling it her complete incompetence is bloody harsh. She needs medical attention. And then the OP says, before I was enlightened by this thread, what would you call it? It's not her fault, but she screws up almost everything she does to one degree or another, which seems a lot harder than saying incompetent. I want to help her, but what else was I supposed to think? It didn't even occur to me that it could be a neurological condition. And then Dust Bunny says, screws up. Maybe she had a stroke from the stress of having a husband too self centered to see his wife is not well, unable to consider anything beyond one, how it's affecting you, two, how incompetent it is, three, what names to call her. And these are a few more of the top comments, the first top comments. This person says, I think you should take your wife to a neurologist. Dick for Tit says, definitely sounds like a medical issue. Don't wait. Get her checked out ASAP. This person says, totally agree. Her behavior really seems like something beyond just clumsiness. And then this person says, yep, either this and maybe likely because you say she's changed, she could have easily done the multitasking before and has something medically going on that now she can't move and function as she could before. It also sounds like ADHD, but I think it is less likely because you said the behavior is new. I'm examining a few of these comments before I get into my commentary because I think that this is important for us to see. This person, Weekly Conversation 8, says she's literally having physical symptoms of something going on for the last year. And not once did it occur to you it's serious and needs medical attention. You just decided she's a clumsy moron. If this was me, my husband would have been very concerned and had me checked out several months ago. It's better to go sooner and it be nothing rather than months or a year later and it's serious. With some medical issues, early intervention makes a difference. And then she says, not once have you admitted you never should have said nasty things about your wife. If she were to read this, she'd be devastated that you think this about her. This is why people are asking you if you even like her. And then Squeaks said, maybe you should evaluate why your reaction to this was negative feelings about her instead of concern and compassion. I suggest talking to a therapist ASAP, especially this is likely to only get worse, and you will really need to work on your perspectives and reactions if you are going to make this relationship work and give her the love and support she deserves. Signed, someone whose ex husband had the same reaction you did to my neurological issues suddenly cropping up, but now has multiple partners who love me immensely and only show compassion and concern when my body and memory start to fail me. Okay, so here's the OP again. He said, I was worried for the first 10 months and she did nothing about it. And I posted because I'm becoming angry and embittered. And I feel awful for feeling that way, but I'm at the end of my rope and trying to save things between us. I'm not going anywhere as long as she's willing to take accountability for herself and let me help her get treatment. And then Rain says, you really think with her cognitive decline you've described in this post, she's able to take accountability for anything? And then this person says, depending on what's happening with her neurologically and her level of cognitive decline, she may not be in a position to take accountability for herself right now. Now, I wanted you all to see um, he's becoming angry and embittered, and that's not funny. I don't know why I did that little giggle, but his wife appliance is malfunctioning and he doesn't know what to do. And instead of having any kind of compassion for this woman, he gets angry and comes here. But you see the level of compassion these random strangers have for his wife, and he's still feeling like embittered, and he's feeling like he got the short end of a stick with a malfunctioning wife. Now, he will probably go get her checked out. He probably will, considering all of these internet people decided to push him to that and opened up his eyes. But this is going to be like one of those situations where men leave their wife appliance who have malfunctioned by way of getting cancer or some other incurable disease or some other disease that knocks them off of their servant role. He's probably going to leave her. He, even after all of this, he says, I love her, but she needs to take accountability. How do you take accountability for something if you do have an actual mental decline? So all of these people have told him this type of stuff, and he still hasn't had any awareness in his brain, which does not seem to be on a mental decline. It just seems to have like no empathy and sympathy for her humanity. It's just like she's supposed to be doing this. She's supposed to be my wife appliance. She's malfunctioning. Help. Or he's, like I said, he's going to get rid of her. He's going to discard her and upgrade and try to find a wife appliance that does work. That is where we are with this. And this is probably how these other men who dump their wives see them. Anyways, join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed.